Um, so let's explore. Actually, in yesterday's workshop on day one, you have covered logical reasoning. So we are left with the other four sections. In that, quantitative analysis will be covered tomorrow. So today we are left with three sections, that is proficiency in English, computer awareness, and general awareness. What we'll do is that we'll see high yielding topics from computer awareness section and general awareness section. What you have to study for sure, you should not leave those topics. So because the questions from those topics will be repeated year by year. Those are most repeated topics. Okay, examiners most favorite subject matter of this section. So we will look into those so that you'll get an idea where you have to concentrate. Since there is only very short amount of time left for you to prepare for PGCET. As you all know that 24th May is the scheduled exam date for PGCET exam. So what we can do is that you can concentrate on high yielding topics. Even for revision, it helps a lot. Then after this, we will dive deep into English proficiency section today later on. Okay. So first let's look into computer awareness, high yielding topics. First of all, history of computer, the various generations of computers is the most favorite topic of examiners in any exam, especially PGCET also. So please look into these topics: first generation computers, second generation, third generation, what were the new additions, new features, what were added and everything. So next, hardware and CPU. In that, CPU components, input devices, output devices, data representation. Okay, then memory hierarchy, registers, RAM, ROM, primary storage, secondary storage. You should know these terms. You should know the topic related to these subjects. So these topics, okay, you should know the subject matter and related information related to these topics. For sure, you will get questions from these. Then software and OS, operating system. You should know Windows, Android, all these things, software types, cyber security. This is the hot topic. In current affairs also, they will ask a lot of questions from cyber security section. So better be aware of all these topics. Then networking and internet. You should know the full forms of HTTP, FTP, SMTP. These all are what? Protocols, topologies, OSI models. You should be aware of these things. Full forms, what are those? Where are those used? Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to which? Our next section. What is it? Current affairs, general awareness section. This is the most confusing and most tiring for students because the syllabus is so vast and it is a combination of both current affairs and static GK questions. So students don't know where to start and where to end and what to study and what not to. So today let's see into the areas where you have to focus on. Okay, so that you can score better in general awareness section. First of all, in general awareness section, current affairs plays a major part. So you should be aware of government schemes. In the last 2025 question paper, if you see, at least 2 to 3 schemes were asked, and about those schemes, they asked in detail about when was it introduced, by which ministry, and they gave statements. They asked which of the following or which of the above statements are correct. Like that, questions were asked. So please concentrate on what? Government schemes. Then appointments. Most repeated questions. Who is the current RBI governor? Who is the present what CJI or the CEOs of very famous MNCs? Okay. For example, who is the current CEO of Apple or Microsoft? They can ask such questions. Those are very repeated, frequently asked questions. In economy, you should know budget, the recent budget, what happened, and then you should know certain terms in economy. For example, inflation, deflation, GDP, liquidity trap. You should know basic till 10th level economics, whatever are there, no topics. From those, what are the terms that you have learned till 10th standard? If those questions will be asked. Those terms, meanings will be asked here from economy. Then from science and technology, it's all about current affairs. So you'll be asked about latest ISRO missions, DRDOs, inventions, and everything. So next, international institutions and conferences. For example, international institutions like United Nations, UNICEF, etc. So about where are those institutions located, headquartered, and their functions, when they were established. They'll ask such questions. So you should be aware of international institutions, international collaborations, and the recent climate summits. You know that recently or currently, climate crisis or environmental crisis is the major problem that we are facing globally. So that is the truth. So these are hot topics in any exam. Climate summits, climate related conferences, where they were conducted, what was its name or theme. Those are the favorite questions. They are generally asked. You can expect them. Then defense, military exercises. India with which country like conducted a military exercise and where? What was its name? Such questions are asked. And the missiles that India has and its features. Okay, we should be aware of those things. Then with respect to sports, your favorite cricket, you should be aware of the World Cup, the recent championships, and everything. Who won, ICC, Olympics, and all other sports related, for example, Wimbledon or sports related, whatever are there, organizations or sports that are conducted globally, we should be aware of them. For example, they can ask when was the first Olympic sports conducted and where was it? When was it was the question from previous year that when was the first what Olympics conducted uh, in India? When did India host Olympics games for the first time? So those types of questions can be expected from sports section. Apart from that, awards, you know that who won the Nobel Award for science, for chemistry, for physics, for literature, for peace. They can ask those questions. So you should be well versed this with this section. Who won what? Then Padma, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan awards and all. Oscars. You should be aware of these awards also, what they are, in which fields they are given, and also to whom they are awarded in the current year. You should be knowing those things. Then Karnataka, even with specific to Karnataka, and also with specific to what national news, current affairs questions are asked. So we should also take care of Karnataka's what general awareness section. For example, geography, rivers, dams, districts, national parks. For example, the questions like the one of the previous question was like, uh, which river in southern India is known as Ganga of the what? Southern India. So it's Godavari. Such kinds of questions are asked. Okay, tributaries of rivers. Then in politics, we should know current CM, who is the current governor, ministers of various departments and all. Apart from that, from economy, you should be aware of industries, agriculture, related sector. What agriculture related means, even in economics, the same topics like MSP, minimum support price, or any current affairs related policies or schemes that are there with respect to agriculture and industries. You should be aware of those things. So culture, actually this forms the static GK part, because questions from what? Yeah, very good. First Olympics 1951. Okay. So culture, yeah, from culture what they can ask? Festivals, dance forms, literature, or martial arts. For example, Bharatanatyam is the state, it is a dance form, belongs to which state or where did it originate? We should be knowing that. Kathakali, Bharatanatyam. So you should be, though these all topics come under static GK. These do not change. They are static. They are same. Okay. So you should be knowing festivals, what dance forms, martial arts of each states in the what in India, whatever states are there, their national national what not national, their state dance forms or their state martial arts where they originated. You should be knowing of those things. Okay. Apart from that, history is very vast, but recent trend shows that one question in last year PYQ, if you see, you will observe that only one question from medieval history was asked. Okay, the questions will be from this empires. Which empire? The chronology of empires. Which empire was first there? Next, like 7th century, 8th century, 9th century. We should be knowing in which century which empire was there, and you should arrange them chronologically. Okay, such questions are asked. Apart from that, post independence, various operations. For example, Operation Blue Star or Operation different operations that have taken place, military operations and all. We should be aware of those things. Okay, when did they happen? Why did they happen? Okay, okay. So apart from that, current affairs, Karnataka schemes and state budget. We should look into those areas, and also from banking and economy, as we already know that in economy only we will study RBI also. So RBI means what? Reserve Bank of India, isn't it? So okay. So Reserve Bank of India, what are its functions? So what does it do? And when was it established? Who is the governor of RBI? So these types of questions will be asked. And what about monetary for policies and all? These are must know terms: repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate. So these are all what favorite terms of examiners. You should know these terms. Apart from that, you should know the full forms of this at least: UPI, RTGS, NEFT, IMPS. I think in one of the, maybe in 2024 or something, the full form of UPI was asked in PGCT exam. So please be well versed with the full forms of this acronyms. Then economic terms, GDP, inflation, fiscal deficit, institutions. Okay, we discussed about international institutions, like you should know where they are situated, headquarter and all, like UN and all. Apart from those also, we should know the local institutions, like national institutions, for example NABARD, SEBI, SIDBI, or even RBI, where they are headquartered at. So where their headquarters are located. So these are all most expected questions. At least you should know this much before you are going to write the exam. Okay. Then these are all comes under what? I'm sorry. Current affairs only. So they'll ask who is the CEO of Google, Apple, Microsoft. These types of questions are very repeated, very frequent. Then sports. Sports forms a very important part here also, because at least one or two questions are asked from this section in general awareness part. So what you need to know, that in India, the most favorite sport of all, though whether we know how to play or not, we all love cricket. Just a second. I'm sorry. Let's continue. So we all love cricket, right? We are currently all watching IPL matches so eagerly, especially our what Royal Challengers, RCB and CSK and all. We watch with so much enthusiasm and all. So we should know about IPL, ICC World Cup, championship trophies and everything. Olympics we should know, football, tennis, and especially the awards with respect to sports. We should know Khel Ratna, Arjun Award are given to whom, on what basis and all, or who won the Arjun Award this year or last year. You should be knowing these things. And apart from those, there are so many other awards, like Bharat Ratna, highest civilian award in India. Padma Award, Padma Awards, there are different, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and all. You should be knowing what are those awards and how they are given and who won those for which area, at least this year and the last year's award winners. And Nobel Prize winners, Booker Prize. Last year in PGCET exam, uh, this question with respect to Booker Prize was asked. Okay, film related awards, sports related awards, you should be aware of these things. If you at least cover this major topics, no, it will give you an edge over other students because it's very vast and you know where to concentrate and from which topic what kind of questions are going to be there, in what kind of questions you can expect in your exam. So please, once the video or the PDF is shared, please go through those topics, write it down or save it somewhere and study all those topics. Okay, then you know the most repeated question patterns: who is the current RBI governor, where is IMF headquarters, current uh, shareholders, theme of particular what days or conferences. They'll ask the themes: who won the Nobel Prize, which ministry launched scheme, and also they can ask, they can, on one side, they can give the names of organization, on the other side, they can give the names of headquarters, okay, the names of places of headquarters. Then you have to mark the correct answer, which options are correctly matched, which are incorrect, like that they'll ask. So these types of questions you can expect from general awareness section. Okay. Okay. So what we have covered till now? First of all, we covered about the syllabus pattern. Okay, exam pattern, the syllabus. Especially we went deep into the high-yielding topics of what? Computer awareness and general awareness section. So now actually we have to move towards English proficiency section. But before that, let's talk about the PGCET exam itself. What is there in this? So, what is the process? Most of you have applied for the PGCET exam. I know, and it was very tiring, right? This time they asked, like even last time also, this time also, they asked year by year from first standard to 10th standard. They asked in which school you studied and everything. So they took a very in detail application form from you. So as you all know that the PGCET application date started from what? The application window was opened from March 23rd. Initially, it was scheduled to be closed on 8th April, but it was extended till April 30th. And the last date for fee payment was May 5th. And but what happens, after the completion of application process, means application window is closed. After few days, within few days, they'll open the what? Application correction window. Means if you have applied by mistake, some mistakes you have done in your application form, you can correct them during this window. But for this year's 2026, the application correction window has not yet been what opened. It is expected in May. They'll announce. So during that time, what you can do, for example, many of students, it happens. It's natural that sometimes signature in wrong what ink you might have done, or some certain information you might have uploaded incorrectly by mistake. So what you can do that is that you can edit those things, you can correct those mistakes during this window. Okay, the date will be announced very soon. Okay, and we already know that exam date is scheduled on May 24th, 2026. 6. So let's know more about the exam. As you know that prior to the exam, a few days before, hall ticket will be what released. So what you have to do is that you have to check whether your name, register number, photograph, everything is fine. You be carefully check your exam date, the timings of the exam center details, most important, because you have to reach the right center within the time frame, and then the subject that you have applied for. Moreover, the important point is that I know everyone will download your hall tickets and all. So after that, what you have to do is that during before the exam, please take printout of your hall ticket, and along with the valid proof, ID proof, carry it to the exam hall. Before going to the exam hall, make sure that you carry hall ticket, okay, hall ticket print, and then a valid ID proof, and then a blue or blank ballpoint pen. Okay, these three things you must have. Then okay, once you are done with your exams, after few days or months, what your results will be announced. So you will be given what? Okay, so you will be given what? You will be given ranks. What they will release last time or before that also, they do not release your scores, but they will release the ranks that you have secured in PGCET exam. So your ranks will be based on your scores only. So you should perform well on your exams. Based on that, your ranks will be determined. Based on your ranks, when you go for counseling, if you have a higher rank, you will get the better college or the very good college of your choice. Okay, so you'll have a better chances in counseling. Students should download and preserve the scorecard for future admission process. Once the results are out, please download your scorecard. In that, your rank will be mentioned with your register number and everything like that. So you should preserve it until your admission process is done. So after that, actually before 2024, what used to have 2025, what used to happen is that after your exam, they used to conduct document verification. Document verification means they used to they used to allow certain centers locations, and they used to ask students to come over there with all these what certificates and all these certificates, original documents, and they would verify it. You should you in before 2025 and all, you would have, if you would have written the exam in those years, you should have gone there physically carrying all these documents. Okay, but now in 2025, in the previous year, what happened is that they did not call for document verification physically. They just asked you to download the claim slip. They'll tell that after your exam, after your results, they'll ask you to download your claim slip. It is nothing but the document verification slip. Okay. So after that, directly after that, the counseling happened in 2025. So after counseling sessions, the what? After the counseling sessions, what happened? The colleges were allotted. Okay. So what you have to have, actually, whether this time they'll conduct a physical verification or not, but you should keep your 10th or SSLC marks card, 12th marks card, degree marks cards, degree certificates, study certificates, caste certificates, income certificates, Aadhaar card, and everything ready. Okay, even if you are in the final year degree, you should carry your provisional certificates. Okay. Okay, so then what happens after this? This is the okay. After exams results are announced and all, you get your ranks and all. What happens? What happens is that the counseling for counseling and all, option entry the option entry dates will be announced. So in option entry, what you have to do is that you have to indicate your preferences. For example, you have already got your rank some thousand or something or below thousand. So you want certain colleges, you prefer first some college, second, third. So what you have to do is in option entry, opt has many colleges. You can indicate your first preference as IBMR, second preference as some other college, third preference as okay colleges and all. So what you're asking, which college is best? Okay, it's up to you, but there are very like prestigious colleges like even IBMR in Hubli. So you can aim for them. Apart from that, it all depends on your rank. So whenever you're doing the option entry process, you know your rank and you see the rank cutoff of various colleges, their previous year rank cutoffs. So you will know that if I have 500 rank, for example, imagine you got rank of 500 in PGCET, but there is one college, very top college, that only allows the rank holders, uh, students with ranks below 200 or something. Then even if you apply, there is no better chances to get into it, but you can apply. There is no issue with that. But better what you have to do is that see what is your rank and see the cutoff rank for a particular colleges and then apply. So you'll have a better chance for college allocation. Okay. Next, for example, okay. And the rank cutoff varies for various categories. For example, let's take IBMR only. Let's imagine that for IBMR, the rank cutoff is around 15,000, okay, for general merit category. So if you have a rank below 15,000 and you belong to a general merit category, you can apply. Okay, there is a possibility that you can get this college. Okay, if you belong to OBC, the rank cutoff is much higher. Means like even if you score above, if your rank is above 15,000 also, but below 20,000, you can apply for this college. Even if you do not fit into the rank, what range you can apply, but there will be less possibility that you would get into that college with this, to have a government seat. Okay. Okay. So overall seat allotment, there will be first, what will happen? Result will be there. After result, you'll download your rank, scorecard and all. Based on that, you'll do option entry. After option entry, there will be first counseling session. Then second counseling, there will be second round. Then last extended round will be there. After that, what happens? Based on your rank, based on your category, based on your college preferences that you have entered and seat availability, you will be allotted the seat to in particular college. So you have to accept the seat and you have to pay the fees within the designated or deadline. So and then report to the allotted college within the deadline or stipulated time, whatever they have mentioned beforehand only. So this will be your process, entire process of what? Entire process of PGCET exam. Okay. Okay. So how to fill the OMR? You should be knowing. So which ink pens are allowed in the PGCET exam? Tell me. Which? Blue, black, red, green. Which color pens are allowed? Blue and black. That too only ballpoint pens are allowed in PGCET exam. Okay. Carry blue or black ballpoint pens. Okay. So while filling the answers, there will be ABCD four options. You have to, whichever is your answer, you have to fill that bubble. While filling the bubble, please make sure that you shade the whole bubble. Please do not just tick it or cross it or shade it partially or like don't do like these things. If you do like this, what will happen? The answer will be considered invalid and you will not be allotted any marks. So please fill the circle completely, shade it properly. Okay. Then during the exam, be careful. Okay, very good. Blue and black ball. Very good. So during the exam, make sure that the question booklet that you will be given, there will be code on that. So enter that code on your OMR sheet. The invigilator will guide you, and then shade the appropriate code. There will be separate section for this. Do this, okay? Don't leave this. And after that, please sign on your OMR sheet. And after that, make sure that invigilator also signs on your OMR sheet before submission. Then only your answer sheet will be what? Evaluated or considered. Considered what? Considered what? Considered as you have attempted the exam yourself. So please make sure you sign and also get the invigilator's sign. So, okay. So, okay, general tips. On exam day, what you have to do? Of course, reach the exam center beforehand, in time, okay? And then read during the exam when the question paper is given, read all the instructions carefully. And then avoid overwriting on OMR sheet. Don't scribble or don't put too much pressure while shading and everything. And then double check the booklet, its code, whether you have written the code on the OMR sheet also. Lastly, stay calm. Whatever you have studied, whatever you have done, so to make use of all those things effectively, what you have to do is that you have to stay calm during the examination. What you have to do? You have to keep your mind calm. If you feel anxious, please inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Okay, take a deep breath, hold it, and then exhale. So what it does is that it calms your mind. So when your mind is calm, then you can what? Then you can give a better performance in your examination. So please take care of that. So now we are done with the PGCT process, whatever is there and all. So now what we have to do is that now let's dive deep into English proficiency. What section? What are the topics? What are the questions? And from now I want you to be as attentive as possible. And okay, ma'am, please tell us how to select the college. Say what and all we have to check while selecting the college. Okay, sure. Um, Now let's do this first. What we'll do that, as you all already know that in PGCT exam there are 5 sections and one section is English proficiency. In that it carries what? It carries 20 marks and it is also very important. So let's see what are the topics that are there, and then let's solve the question papers and all. The next whatever the session will be there, no, it is based on previous year question papers, last 10 years question papers. So you will get an idea what kind of questions you can expect and what you can do. Okay. So what are there, on which topics the questions will be asked in this section? Synonyms. Synonyms means what? They'll ask what? The similar meaning word. In Kannada, if we have to say what? Samanarthaka padagalu. Oh, that is nothing but, those are nothing but synonyms. Antonyms means words. Viruddharthaka padagalu means the meaning should be opposite to the word that is given. You have to choose such a word. Next, one word substitution, idioms and phrases, sentence correction, grammar or basic grammar, errors in tenses, vocabulary, pairs expressing relationships, famous books and authors, verbal ability, and everything. So what we will do, we will go one by one. We will solve all kinds of questions that have been asked in your PGCT exam. Okay? Okay. So let's start. So I want you all to be attentive and try to solve as soon as possible. Okay? So let's start with the first question. Choose the word most similar in meaning. What is the word they have given? Barren. So barren means what? Tell me the answer now. What is the word out of these four options which has the same meaning as barren? Option B, infertile. Very good. Okay. Banjaro. Correct. Abundant, no. So let's see. Let's see the right answer. First, tell me, even though we don't know the meaning of this word, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು word meaning ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ರೂ how can we guess? How can we make like most correct or the best guess? ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? So what we can do is that first see the word and try to get a sense of the tone of the word, whether it is negative or positive. Barren. Barren means is it sounding negative or positive? Tell me, is it positive or negative? Yes, students, negative. So out of the four options, what are the four options? Fertile, infertile, abundant, fragile. Fertile means what? Fertile is positive. Okay. Okay. Very good. Abundant means a lot of something. ತುಂಬಾ ಇರೋದು. ತುಂಬಾ ಇದ್ರದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Abundant. Okay. Too much of something. A lot of quantity. So it is positive, not negative. Fertile is also positive. Fragile means what? Very sensitive. Okay. Fragile means very sensitive, very prone to break and all. So fragile. Even though if this is negative, one more word is there, is what? Infertile. Barren means actually infertile. So there are two words. One is fertile, one more is infertile. So ಈ ತರ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ barren ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ? ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ? ಇನ್ಫರ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು in ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ it means what? It means not. For example, you might have observed many words like for example inconsistent. Okay, inconsistent ಅಥವಾ indifferent. ಹೌದಾ? ಏನದು inconsistent, indifferent? Consistent ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. Consistent ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Consistent means what? Consistency. No, consistent means what? Okay, correct. Injustice. Very good. Injustice. Consistent ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ವಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಏನಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ರಿಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದ್ರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಇದು ಈಸಿ. ಇನ್ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ನ್ಯಾಯ. ಹೌದಾ? ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್. Injustice means ಅನ್ಯಾಯ, opposite word. Injustice means what did it give the meaning? What did it add? It added not to the meaning of the word justice. So justice, opposite word, injustice. Consistent, opposite word, inconsistent. So if you remember the root word in, which means what? Not. It means most probably ಈ ತರ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತವೆ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟೋನ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಏನು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರುತ್ತಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, what is the next question? Choose the word most opposite in meaning to novice. ಸೊ ನೋವಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧಾರ್ಥಕ ಪದ, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದು? 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಗಿನರ್, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್, ಲರ್ನರ್, ಅಮೆಚೂರ್. ಸೊ ಏನಿದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್? ಏನಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ? Okay, let's see. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೋವಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ನೋವಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ವಾಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಗೆಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ. There are four options: beginner, professional, learner, amateur. PGCET ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿನೋನಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆಂಟೋನಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಆಂಟೋನಿಮ್ಸ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧಾರ್ಥಕ ಪದಗಳು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಗೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫೋರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ 3 ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ of similar meaning, only one will be odd one out. Okay, ಇದೇನ್ odd one out ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, this will be the answer. Let's see. ಏನೇನಿದೆ? beginner, professional, learner, amateur. beginner ಅಂದ್ರೆ someone who has just started, not much experience. learner ಅಂದ್ರೆ same. amateur, mature ಅಂದ್ರೆ somebody who has matured, who has certain experience and all. amateur ಅಂದ್ರೆ ulta, negative, not much experience or okay. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್, ಬಿಗಿನರು ಸೇಮು, ಲರ್ನರ್, ಅಮೆಚೂರ್ ಇವು ಮೂರು ಸೇಮ್. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೋವಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಗಿನರ್. ನೋವಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ someone who is a beginner, who is new to certain field. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು? ನೋವಿಸ್. ಬಿಗಿನರ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಏನು? ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೋವಿಸ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಸಿನೋನಿಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್. ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಸಿನೋನಿಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ? ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನದು? ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಗ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಐಡಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ವೆರಿ ಮಾರಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಐಡಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಥೆರೋಟಿಕಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಟಿವ್, you know the meanings, so I need not tell, these are all very easy. So pragmatic word in the synonym ಏನಿದೆ? ಏನದ್ರದ್ದು ಆನ್ಸರ್? ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸ್ವರೂಪ್, ಅಲ್ಫಿಯಾ, ನಾಗರತ್ನ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆ? ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇಗ್. ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವರ್ಡ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ವೇಗ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ವಿಶ್ವ, ಋಷಿಕೇಶ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಈಸಿ. ಏನದು? ವೇಗ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ವೇಗ್ ದ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉಳ್ಕಿದ್ 3 ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಅದರ್ 3 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್: ಅಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂರ್, ಇಂಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್, ಕ್ಲೌಡಿ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್. ಇವ್ 3 ಪದದ all 3 words mean the same thing. What is the meaning of those things which is not clear? The meaning of all these 3 words is not clear. So you ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ odd one out ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? word clear. So the right option will be option B. Okay, tell me the synonym of this word. Adversity. What is the synonym of this word? Option C, capacity. Option B, misfortune. Okay, prosperity. Okay, answer quick. Okay, shall we see the answer? Okay, synonym ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್? ವಿಚ್ ಟೋನ್? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೇನಿದೆ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪಾರಿಟಿ, ಮಿಸ್ಫಾರ್ಚೂನ್, ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ, ಜಾಯ್. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಷ್ಟ, ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಅದೇ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಸಮ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ, some very crisis, bad situation. Okay, that we can call it as adversity. So adversity ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪರಿಟಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಹೌದಾ? ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪರಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ, ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪರಿಟಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್. ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ, ಜಾಯ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್, ಮಿಸ್ಫಾರ್ಚೂನ್. ಸೊ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸಿಟಿದು ಸಿನೋನಿಮ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಮಿಸ್ಫಾರ್ಚೂನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ is correct. Which option is correct? Option B. Okay, very good, very good. Next, what is the antonym of what? Transient. What is the antonym of transient? Answer, please answer in the chat box. Quick. B. No. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೀಗ ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದು ಏನಿದೆ ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಂಟನಿಮ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಔಟ್. ಆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಔಟ್ 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್, ಟೆಂಪರರಿ, ಫ್ಲೀಟಿಂಗ್, ಬ್ರೀಫ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಫ್ಲೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ 3 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಔಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಏನು? ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಏನದು? ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ. ಓಕೆ, let's move on. Okay, one word substitution. One word substitution means what? Here you have a, see, there is a long sentence, there is something about which they have given. Instead of this whole sentence you can write only one word. Okay, one word substitution andre ಇಡೀ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬದಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಆ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಐಡಿ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಂತ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಒನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ 7th ಬಂತು. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ನೈಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ, ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎದ್ರಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಸೀಸ್ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಪೆಸಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೆಸಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್? Dark side. Correct. Yeah, negative side. Pessimist means what happens? Pessimist is whatever might happen, good or bad, doesn't matter. Even good happens, then also they will see the dark side only, negative side only. They'll say by mistake this good thing happened. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ they'll see like even in future, like when they think of the future they'll think negative only. So such people are called as what? One who sees everything in negative way. Very good. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಪೆಸಿಮಿಸ್ಟ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಏಥಿಯಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಏಥಿಯಿಸ್ಟ್? What is the meaning of atheist? and theist. Tell me fast. Non-believer person. Okay. Don't believe in God. Very good. So theist means the one who believes in God. ದೇವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಬೋರ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Theist. Atheist. Atheist ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. The one who does not believe in God. Okay? Atheist is someone who does not believe in the presence of God, and the theist is the one who believes in the presence of God. Very good. So ನೀವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ PGCET ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಏನದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್. ಅವಾಗ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Okay, try to make sense of it, understand those words if you don't know, and then prepare. Okay, in that way the preparation will be comprehensive. Okay, next. Okay, a life history of a person written by himself. It's very easy, even school kids know this. Answer B. Okay, autobiography. The one who writes about one's own life, that book, what can we call it as? Autobiography. ಹೌದಾ? Okay. Biography means what? Very good. The answer is autobiography only. ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರೇ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? We call it as autobiography. What is biography? What is the meaning of biography then? You might okay, written by others. Okay, correct. What is bibliography? What is bibliography? Writing about someone else's life is biography. Correct. But here answer is autobiography. What is the meaning of bibliography? Bibliography. Waiting for your answers. Okay. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ like whenever in college or schools you might have seen whenever the assignments are given, essays or something, what you will do is that writing with sources. Bibliography is nothing but the sources that you have referred to or cited. ಬೇರೆದವ್ರ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು or articles, ಅವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ದಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವು ನಮ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. So we have to list all those things and we call that list as what? Bibliography. Next, calligraphy means what? Calligraphy means what? Calligraphy means what? What is the meaning of calligraphy? Type of font. Yeah, it is the art of writing or creating handwriting in a decorative or stylish way. Okay, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ calligraphy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. One word substitute for a person who is unable to pay his debts. Okay, after class I'll send class PDF to group. Sure. Answer ಏನದು? A person who is unable to pay his debts. What is the answer? Insolvent. Very good. Solvent means who can pay. Insolvent, opposite word. Insolvent means what? Who is unable to pay his debts. ಸಾಲ ವಾಪಸ್ ತೀರ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? Insolvent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Okay? Okay. So the correct answer is insolvent. Very good. Next, what does the idiom a bolt from the blue mean? ಈಗ idioms and phrases, antonyms, synonyms ನೋಡಿವಿ, right? We learned antonyms, synonyms, the type of questions that they ask and how we can solve them. Next, we saw one word substitution. Now, the questions what we are solving is from which section? What type of questions? Idioms and phrases. Okay. So there is a phrase here, a bolt from the blue. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The meaning will be something else. You don't interpret this phrase in its literal meaning. Okay, it means something else, and we have to choose or identify what is its correct meaning. Okay, answer is A. Okay, very nice. What is a bolt from blue means? A sudden, unexpected event. Wherever you see the word blue, something out of blue, something like that. Wherever you see the word blue, it means unexpected. Idioms and phrases ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ words ಇಡೀ phrase ಅಲ್ಲಿ idioms and phrases ಅಲ್ಲಿ blue ಅಂತ word ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ most probably 90% of the cases it means unexpected ಆಗಿ ಏನೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಹೌದಾ? So correct ಏನೀಗ? A sudden unexpected event. Next, let's 11th question. To leave no stone unturned. Idra artha enu? To leave no stone unturned. What is the meaning of this? You are all very good students, very interactive, very nice. You are all smart also, giving right answers. To leave no stone unturned means what? Very good. What is the answer? The right answer is to use all available means. ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇನು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಚೀವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ? ಟು ಲೀವ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಅನ್ಟರ್ನ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟು ಲೀವ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಅನ್ಟರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೇಜಿ. ನೋ, ವೆರಿ ಲೇಜಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಏನದು? ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರೈಡ್. Then you can say that I have left no stone unturned. Okay. For example, let me give an example. For example, you did something and your parents snatched your phone and they are not giving. What you'll do? ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಫೋನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what you'll do? You'll beg them, you'll do household chores to impress them, you'll do what not. Okay. So to what is the main aim here? To get your phone back. For that you are doing every method, everything that is possible to convince them. So that we can tell what? To leave no stone unturned. Okay. Hope you all understood and will remember this. Let's continue. 12th. Choose the best alternative for the idiom. Much ado but nothing. Much ado about nothing. What does this mean? Much ado about nothing. ಇದು ಲಿಟ್ರಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರ ಲಿಟ್ರಲ್ ಇದೇನೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ if a idiom or phrase is given, you should not choose a option where there is a literal meaning of it. Okay. Okay, to make noise, no, that is not the right answer. What is the answer? Option B. Talk about nothing. No. Much ado about nothing means to make a fuss over a small matter. For example, just for fun, for understanding, I can give an example. Now this is a wedding season and all. So sometimes what happens, even for relatives, what do they do? Small things also. Even if you sit or do something, they'll make it a big fuss, they'll quarrel and everything over silly matters. That we can tell is what? We can refer to those situations like to them as much ado about nothing. Means making small matters, fussing over very small matters. Okay. Okay. So then shall we move ahead? So 12th one answer is option B. Much ado about nothing means to make a fuss over a small matter. Okay. Let's continue. Fill in the blanks. Okay. These are the type of questions for sure like you'll get, but these are based on grammar, preposition and all. So let's see. We'll have much more fun solving these things. Let's see. What is the 13th question? Let's read. Neither of the two candidates dash fit for the post. Tell me what will be the answer? A, B, C, D. A. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. Okay. B, C, A, B, C, everything done. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the answer. So, in grammar, there are certain rules. Okay. Let me tell you beforehand only. In grammar or based on grammar, you will have many questions that will be asked in your exam in the form of fill in the blanks, error detection, sentence correction. Okay. But most of them, the most repeated grammar topic is what? Subject, verb, agreement. Okay. Subject, verb, agreement. This question is a typical example for this topic. For this, okay. What is there? Subject means what? About whom we are talking in a sentence. About whom we are talking here? Neither of the two candidates. We are talking about how many candidates? Two candidates. Okay. In subject verb agreement, there are many rules. Okay. When we have to use singular verb, when we have to use plural verb. Okay. It changes according to the subject. So now let's see the answer for this question. Okay. Okay. Neither of the two candidates dash fit for the post. Actually, the correct answer is neither of the candidates is fit for the post. So you all might be wondering why. Yeah, Kailin, the candidates plural idella. So what here plural should come? No, we'll be thinking like that. But no. Whenever you see these four words, which are those words? Neither, either, each, every. Whenever you see these four words alone in the sentence, then for sure the verb will be singular. The verb will be singular. Okay. Tell me which of among which of these options there is a singular verb? Only is. Neither of the two candidates is fit for the post. Remember this. What to remember? Tell me. Whenever you see these four words alone, either of the two candidates, neither of the two candidates, each of each student, every student or something, each, either, neither, every, like this, then the verb that you use with in this sentence, in these kind of sentence should be singular. Okay, this is a rule you have to remember. Okay, you can note it down. If you don't know, if you're like learning this for the first time, then note it down somewhere. Okay, let's move on. Next, 14th question. Okay, 14th question. What is the 14th question? Choose the correct preposition. He has been suffering from fever dash Monday. What will be the answer for this? He has been suffering from fever dash Monday. What will be the answer? Hmm? For Monday, from Monday, since Monday, by Monday. Which one? If you have like, I know you all would have studied tenses in your school. So if you remember, can you tell me which tense, like this sentence is in which tense? Can you tell me? Any of you? Okay. This is has plus been plus V1 plus ing, suffering, has been suffering. If this is the pattern, then what we can tell is that this sentence belongs to which tense? Present, sorry, which tense? Present, perfect, continuous tense. Present, perfect, continuous tense. Okay. Okay, it has been suffering, sorry, he has been suffering from fever dash Monday. So, very good. Present perfect continuous tense. Whenever there is a present perfect continuous tense, there will be two words used. One is for, another one is since. Okay, since will be used to indicate what? To indicate the starting point of a particular action or event. Starting point. For is used for what? To indicate duration. To indicate what? To indicate duration. For example, he has been suffering from fever. This is starting point. Okay. What we can use? We have only two options. Whenever the sentence is in present perfect continuous, we use for or since. So this is a starting point from Monday. But we cannot use from here because of present perfect continuous. The most appropriate word is since. So the right answer is since. He has been suffering from fever since Monday. So here what is the appropriate option is since. In case if the sentence was like he has been suffering from fever dash 3 days. So 3 days is the time duration, right? Whenever there is a duration, you have to use for. You cannot say he has been suffering from, he has been suffering from fever since 3 days. No, he has been suffering from fever for 3 days. 3 days, 3 hours, whatever. This is duration. For duration, we use for. For starting point, for the starting point, initial point, or starting point of particular action or event, we use since. To indicate it, we use since. This is very important concept because many times what examiners do is that they try to confuse between the usage of since and for. Okay, very good. So here the right answer is C. Next, 15. Choose the correct article. Tell me. He is dash MBA graduate. What will be the answer? A MBA graduate, an MBA graduate, the which one? Hmm? The answer is, so you know the usage of articles, right? How many articles are there? How many articles are there? 3. A and the, right? So the is used when we already know the subject or it is specific and all. In general, whenever we are talking, we use a or an. When do we use a? When do we use an? A is used with a nouns or words that start with which sound? Consonant sound. Which sound? Consonant sound. What are consonants? And an is used before those words which start with vowel sound. Okay, vowel sound. In childhood, we have already learned, right? What we have learned? We have learned that in English alphabet. Okay, very good, very good. So, what we have learned? A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Means A, E, I, O, U sounds. Before the words with vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. Not necessarily the same letters, but the words which they should start with these sounds. Then we have to use which article? An. If other than these five sounds, if other letter sounds are there, the word starts with a consonant sound, then we use what? An. So MBA, MBA, M. So MBA, he is an MBA because MBA starts with vowel sound. So though M is consonant, but it gives which sound? Vowel sound. So we use which article? And this is the most repeated question. Sometimes they give MBA, sometimes they give MA. So it is the same thing. You have to use which article? And. Okay? Okay. Let's move forward. Next, 16th question. Complete the sentence using the most appropriate options. It is dash restaurant in the town. Very good. Which restaurant? It is the costliest restaurant in the town. The answer is right. Here we should have the knowledge of what? Knowledge of adjectives and the degrees of comparison. The costliest. It is dash restaurant in the town. In the whole town, there are many restaurants. Among that, this one restaurant is the costliest. Among all, this is the one having the high prices, very high prices when compared to all others. So there is a group among that which is having that particular quality in a highest level. We use which degree? Superlative degree. So it is the costliest restaurant in the town. Option C is correct. Hope you all remember degrees of adjectives. How many degrees are there? 3 degrees. What are those? Positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Right? So comparative degree. So first of all, which one? Positive degree. Comparative degree. The last one is superlative degree. Let me talk in brief about these things. So about which part of speech we are talking? About adjectives. About what we are talking? Adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are those words which are used to describe noun or a pronoun. Right? For example, she is beautiful. Beautiful is what? It is a description of some girl or someone. So the words which are used to describe a noun or a pronoun are known as what? Adjectives. Okay. So for example, for those adjectives, for those words, there are degrees of comparison. There are 3 degrees of comparison: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Right? So you want English notes? Don't worry, I'll provide it. I'll send it to you. Don't worry about English notes. Okay. So in positive degree, what happens? There is no comparison. Only we are saying that we are describing. For example, we'll take someone who Swarup. Swarup is intelligent. What is Swarup? Swarup is very intelligent. So intelligent is a description of what? Swarup, right? What we can write here? Swarup is intelligent. Is very intelligent. Let me change. Is very intelligent. So Swarup is very intelligent. So this intelligence is a description about whom? It is a description of Swarup. So this is adjective. We are just describing him. There is no comparison between someone else or something like that. So this is called as what? This intelligent is in which degree? Positive degree. In positive degree, there is no comparison. Okay? There is no comparison. Here in positive degree, there is no comparison. But in comparative degree, there will be comparison between how many? There will be comparison between two. Two people, two objects, something. There will be comparison, but comparison between how many? Two. Okay? And in superlative degree, there is no comparison between two people. If when they are more than two. When there are more than two people, two things, something. So when we are saying that there is a group or more than two objects, things, people are there, but we are trying to tell that someone or something has the highest quality. For example, Swarup is the best student in the class. So when I'm saying that Swarup is the best student, how many students are there? Only two? No, more than two should be there. So is the best. Best is what? The superlative degree. Good, better, best. Swarup is good, is positive degree. Swarup is better than Rahul. Comparison between two people. Good, better. So better is comparative degree. Swarup is the best student in the class. Means there are so many students. Among them, Swarup has the highest quality. Okay, he is the best in every aspect, or he is very intelligent, something like that. So I'm telling that he is the best student. He has all the characteristics of a best student, so he has the highest qualities. He's the only one out among the group who has that particular quality in his highest degree. Okay. So here there are so many restaurants in the town. So, but this restaurant prices are the highest. No one above them. So what we can call? So what we can use here is the superlative degree, the costliest. Let's move forward. 17th question. So what is the answer? What is the question? Fill in the blanks. Neither the teacher nor the students dash present. Neither the teacher nor the student neither the students dash present. What we have to use here? Is A. Very good. Divyashri, Anand, Anusha, Nagaratna, Shravanti. Very good. Aru. Let's see. Neither the teacher nor the students dash present. So what is the right answer here? In under subject verb agreement only, there is one more rule. Okay, let's get introduced into it if you don't know. So the rule is what? There are, okay, let me write it down. So neither, with neither, what is used? Nor. With either, what is used? Or. Either or, neither, either or, neither nor. Not only, but also. Okay. When these kinds of pairs are used in a sentence, Okay, to connect the subjects. There are two subjects here. Teacher is there, about whom we are talking. We are talking about teacher also. We are talking about students also, right? So when we are talking about two subjects, okay, two subjects, what happens when these phrases or these pairs are used, neither nor, either or, not only but also, we have to what, which kind of verb we have to use? Okay, we have to use the, like the, our verb should be according to the, according to which one, according to the nearest subject. Our verb should be according to the nearest subject. Let us learn this. Previously, we learned that whenever neither, either, every, each, only those words are used, we have to use which verb? Singular verb. But we have to also know that whenever neither is used, with that nor also, if in sentence both are there, with either or is also there, with not only but also is also there. So when this is the structure of a sentence, then our verb will be according to the nearest subject. This is the place of what? Idyar jaga. Whose place is this? This is the place of verb. So your verb ge yaru hatra idare. There are two subjects. One is teacher and the one is students. ಈ ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? Which is the nearest subject, students or teacher? Which one is? Actually, which is very near, which is the nearest subject is students. So students is singular or plural? Tell me, students is singular or plural? Okay, plural. When, very good, Sudha. And okay, when students is plural, then the verb should also be plural. So neither the teacher nor the students is present, or were present, was present, has been present. This is singular. This was is also singular. Has been, this is also singular. Which is the plural? Plural verb in the option where. So what will be the answer now? Where. Did you get this? Okay, don't get confused. Write these phrases down. Okay. So whenever there are these pairs are used, neither nor, either or, not only but also, the nearest subject to the verb, our verb will be according to the nearest subject. Or hatra, verb hatra ya subject iruto, or singular idre singular irtare, plural idre plural verb agutte. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. Did you all understand this? Yes. So students hatra idare verb ge. So this students is plural. So we will be using plural verb. The plural verb in the option is option B. Where? Okay. Very good. Very good, Diveshri. No need to say sorry. Hope you all understood, right? Okay. Let's continue. 18th question. What is the 18th question? Identify the error. Now we have seen what? Fill in the blanks. These types of questions will be asked based on grammar and preposition and all. Very good. Very good. So now let's do what? Which kind of questions? Error detection questions. Errors. They'll give a sentence and they have what? Mention the parts by dividing the sentence. So we have to identify in which part there is an error. Okay, one sentence ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ sentence ಅಲ್ಲಿ sentence ಅನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ parts ಆಗಿ divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So we have to identify ಯಾವ in which part there is an error. ಯಾವ part ಅಲ್ಲಿ error ಇದೆ, ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. Okay, option B. Okay. Very good. You're all very intelligent. Very good to have you all. Okay, very good. One of my friends. One of my friends is a doctor. Actually, one of my friend is a doctor ide. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು? ಎಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಎಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎರರ್ ಏನಿದು ರೂಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೌನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ noun will be plural but verb will be singular verb will be singular okay do you remember this rule if you don't know please note it somewhere okay one of ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ noun ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ noun ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ one of ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ next ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ noun plural ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬರೋ verb ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ singular ಇರುತ್ತೆ okay okay so error is in the part B I'm taking notes ma'am very good happy to hear know that good participation so 19th next question hogona find the error in the part okay the captain with his team are arriving shortly the captain with his team are arriving shortly the questions that we are doing now today those are like most repeated these are all based on the most repeated concept for example subject verb agreement ಇಂದ ಯಾವ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿವೆ frequently questions so ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆನೆ questions ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ so that at least ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ if you learn the rules few rules which are most important most repeated you have a greater chance that you can do it correct in your exam okay answer is that the captain with his team are arriving shortly why partially okay very good option C the captain who was with his team the captain okay let's see ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸಿ ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಏನಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಎ ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ so let's see the answer the captain with his team are arriving shortly ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ about whom we are talking about the captain and his team right so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೂ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವರ್ಡ್ ಏನಿದೆ with okay so whenever there are two subject when there are two subjects so subject 1 and subject 2 ಅವ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ with or in addition to along with as well as so one sentence ಅಲ್ಲಿ in a sentence when please explain ma'am okay was seen in okay ma'am is ಬರಬೇಕು ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾರೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ 2 ನಡು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ with in addition to along with as well as ಈ ತರ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ okay this is also a rule remember ನಮ್ದು verb ಯಾರ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇರ್ತದ verb will be according to the first subject verb will be according to the first subject okay you can note this point okay when two subjects are connected with these connectors with in addition to along with as well as then the verb will be according to the first subject ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ the captain with his team are arriving ನಮ್ದು verb ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ okay first subject who is the first subject the captain is singular or plural tell me captain ಒಬ್ರೇ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ so singular ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ verb ಏನ್ ಬರಬೇಕು singular so here what should come is okay very good so ಇಲ್ಲಿ singular ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು are ಬರಬಾರದು is ಬರಬೇಕು So error is in the part C. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಈ ರೂಲು? ಇದು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, the students with their teacher, the students with their teacher is arriving shortly. Correct ida? Shall I rub this? Shall I clear this? Please take down. If you are taking notes, please write it down. Are arriving. Okay. So na ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಆಗಲೇ? Let me clear this. Very good. ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ? The students along with their teacher, along with their teacher is arriving. ನೀವೇನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಈಗ? The students, so ಇದು along with connect ಇದು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ದು? ವರ್ಬ್ ಯಾರ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದು ವರ್ಬ್ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು? ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್. ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್, so are. Very good. You're all good kids. Nice. The students along with the teacher are arriving shortly because students plural ಇದೆ, so verb plural ಇರಬೇಕು. Very good. So error is in the part C. So shall we continue? Shall we move on to the next question? Okay. Next. Yeah. 20th question. Select the correct grammatical sentence. ಏನಿದೆ? He is surely the best of the two players. Okay. He is surely the best of the two players. Sorry, not only this sentence. Select the correct grammatical sentence. There are 4 sentences, 4 options. You have to choose which one is right. You 4 options alli 3 options alli grammatical error ಇದೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು correct ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ sentence correct ಇದೆ? You have to identify. Tell me. Which one is correct? C, B. Okay. B is correct. He is surely the good player of the two. He is surely the better of the 2 players. Okay. ಈಗ adjectives ನೆನಪಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ? You all remember adjectives, right? Degrees of adjectives. Positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ good ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Okay? Good. Positive degree ಆದ್ರೆ comparative degree ಏನು? ಏನು? Good, better, next ಏನು? Best. ಹೌದಾ? ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? when there are more than 2 people or 2 things. when we are comparing more than 2 people or 2 things. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಸಿಟ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. how many players are there? 2 players. ಹೌದಾ? 2 players ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವ adjectives ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಗುಡ್, ಬೆಟರ್, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೋ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಬ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಇವು 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್, ಗುಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಓಕೆ, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂಪರ್ಲೇಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ. He is surely the better of the 2 players. Compare ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ and also they are explicitly mentioning 2. The number is 2. So whenever there are 2 people and there is comparison, we have to use comparative degree adjectives. So the option B will be the right choice. Okay, it will be the right answer. So shall we move on? Okay. Next, 21st. In the 21st question, find the grammatical error in the segment. Okay. Tell me. Ganges is one of the largest rivers at our country. Hmm? In our country. Very good. So option D alli error ide. So country. In our country. At agbarದಲ್ಲಿ in our country. Okay. So the error is in the part D. Prepositions ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ questions ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay. In, at, from, by, preposition ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ you have to brush it up and go that topic. Very good. So next, 22nd. ಏನಿದೆ question? Identify the segment with error. Where is the error in this? Answer is A. Okay. So let's see. All are replying with the answer option A, right? Okay. Besides the river, he lay to take rest for some time. Means he is laying beside the river. Means river hatra adar baju rest ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So baju ಅಥವಾ beside, nearby. Okay, nearby means we have to use beside. Okay, besides ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Besides gives the meaning of apart from. Okay, very good. So beside barbardili ಏನ್ ಬರಬೇಕು? Sorry, besides barbardali ಏನ್ ಬರಬೇಕು? Beside. Beside means nearby. Nearby the river, he lay to take rest for some time. Correct. Besides andre apart from. Besides you, how many of you? Besides you, how many students are attending the class? Andre apart from you, how many students are attending the class anta artha. Right? So correct ಏನೀಗ? You know the meaning of both the words. Beside artha ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, besides ಬೇರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. So nearby ಅಂದ್ರೆ beside ಬರಬೇಕು. So where is the error? Error is in the part A, option A. Okay, let's continue. Next question ಏನಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Complete the pairs. Okay, let's see. Very good. Needle is to sew, knife is to dash. Needle ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? To sew, ಹೊಲಿತೀರಾ. So knife ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? You cut. So it is, these are very easy questions. So cut is correct answer A. Very good. Let's move on. 24th. Let's, okay, do this. What is the answer? Complete the pair. Bride and okay, it's very obvious. Bride and groom. ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ pair. Bride and groom. Groom ಅಂದ್ರೆ okay, groom. Groom ಅಲ್ಲ. Yeah. So bride and groom. Okay. So ಮಧು ಮಗ ಮಧು ಮಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, bride and groom is the correct pair. Next, do this 25th. Light, dark means bliss ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು? Light ಜೊತೆ dark ಬಂದ್ರೆ bliss ಜೊತೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ? So ಇದು light dark ಅಂದ್ರೆ opposite words ಅಲ್ಲ, opposite meaning ಕೊಡೋ words ಇದೆ. So even with bliss we have to use a word which is in opposite meaning of the word bliss, right? So bliss ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಜಾಯ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಪೀಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಹೆವನ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರೋದೇನು, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇರೋದೇನು, ಸಾರೋ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಬ್ಲಿಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ it's a very happy, okay, exalted state of happiness, highest state. Santosha, bliss, santosha. Yeah. Okay. Next, 26th question. Try. Doctor is to patient, then lawyer is to what? ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಲಾಯರ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಗೋ ಟು ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್, ಟು ಸೀಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ is to patient, lawyer is to client. Very good. Not crime. No. ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಲಾಯರ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೋತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಗುಡ್. So let's move on. Select the correctly spelled word. ಓಕೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇರುವಂತ ವರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ? Whenever you see a word, like there are 4 options. First thing what you do is that don't see those things. You will understand, okay, committee ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, committee word ಇದೆ. So first you write your own, don't see the options, write by your own from your memory the spelling of that word. So ನೋಡ್ಲಾರ್ದ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, you write down that word, so that spelling will be clear to you. Illa andre, if you see the option and then try to recall, you will get confused. So first, once you see the options, you know that what is the word. So first you don't see the options and write it down, and then decide, and then see the options and decide which is the correct answer. Which is the correct answer according to you? A, B. Okay. A, A, B. Okay. Fine. So the correct spelling is option A. In committee, in the word committee, there are 2 M's, 2 T's, and 2 E's. Okay, remember like that. Not commitment, it is committee. Committee. Okay, in the word committee, there are 2 M's, 2 T's, and 2 E's. Okay. For this, for how to like select the like correctly spelled word, misspelled words and all, what you have to do is that there are certain rules. For example, usually what happens, I comes before E except when C is there. You have to study those rules. Okay, and in this there are very repeated words. For example, when you go through past 10 years PGCET question papers, you note down all the words that they have asked in the exam. Just 10 years or 5 years or 10 years is best. So note down, and you will know, you will notice that there are certain words that they are repeatedly asked. They are repeatedly asked. So you at least remember those words ka spellings. Okay. Okay. Instead of committee, you thought it has commitment. It's okay. But the correct option is option A. In committee, in that word, there are 2 M's, 2 T's, and 2 E's. Next, try. Which option do you think contains the right word, correctly spelled word? Tell me. Answer. Why no one are answering for this question? Try. Choose the correctly spelled word. Okay. So the right spelling of this word occurrence is option A. In occurrence, there should be two C's. Here only one C is there. Okay. So OCC, U, double R. Two R's should be there. Double C should be there. Double R should be there. And N's, occurrence, E should be there. E-N-C, not A-N-C-E. So option A is correct. Okay, did you understand? Like in the spelling occurrence, whenever you're trying to remember a confusing spelling, remember how many like C's are there, how many R are there. Whenever you get confused, you note it down. You try to remember, like in occurrence, there are two C's and two R's. And it is not A. We most of us do the mistake of writing occurrence in that spelling. We write A instead of E. Okay, you should remember this. And the correct option is option A. Let's move on to the next question. Questionnaire. The next word is questionnaire. So tell me which among these options, which one is the rightly spelled word? Tell me. Option B, questionnaire. Questionnaire is nothing but a list of questions that can be asked or that can be given to you to write the answers or respond. Those list of questions can be called as questionnaire. Answer is A, B. Okay. Okay. Good. So in questionnaire, there should be two N's. Question. Till question, fine. Same. Question. Okay. Question. Next, there should be two N's. Questionnaire. Two N's and A-I-R-E. Not A-R-E, A-I-R-E. So questionnaire correct spelling is Q-U-E-S-T-I-N. Question is there. Next, questionnaire. For near, N-A-I-R-E. Okay. So option A is the correct answer. Okay. So next, for sure short, there are two types of questions that appear in your exams. What are those two types? One is active and passive voice, and the one is direct indirect speech. So please don't miss these concepts or miss this topic. Please learn them, revise them, and for sure you can score 2 marks very easily. And the questions are very easy. That whatever the questions that are there in PGCET, they are very easy. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's see. So, how many of you know like activize and passivize correctly, or how many of you don't know about this, how to convert, how to change a sentence from active to passivize? Fixed question. Yeah, fixed question from this. You all know, no? Very good. Very good. So, in brief, if I have to say, active voice means a normal sentence. How do we write a normal sentence? In what structure? First, we write subject. Then we write verb. Then object. Okay? In simple, if I have to explain. For example, let's take what? Shivani. For example, Shivani. Let's take the example of Shivani. Shivani likes tea. I don't know what you like, but let's just imagine. I'm preparing active voice. Yeah. So Shivani likes tea. So in a sentence, the doer of the action or about whom we are talking about is called as what? Subject. Okay. In a normal sentence, what will be the structure? Subject, verb, and object. First, we write subject, then verb, then object. In this example, who is doing the action? What is the action here? What is the verb? Likes, right? So, who is liking? Shivani. So this action or verb is performed by the doer of the action. Who is it? Shivani is the Shivani. So Shivani is subject. This action is being performed on whom? Or receiver of the action. Who is the receiver of the action? T. Okay. So likes what? Likes T. So subject, verb, object. This is the normal structure of any sentence, and this normal structure we call it as what? Active voice. Here, who is the hero? Doer is the hero. Subject is the hero. So first we write subject and then verb, last object. But whenever we are converting a sentence from active voice to passive voice, what happens? The order changes. How? Here the subject becomes the object and the object becomes the subject. What does that mean? For example, in passive voice, what happens? First, we mention the object, then the action, then who is performing that action, or the by whom the action is being performed will be mentioned at the end. For example, very good. Subject becomes okay. Object becomes subject. Subject becomes object. Very good. Tea is liked by Shivani. Okay, what we took that example, that sentence was Shivani likes tea. That was active voice. In passive voice, what happens? First, tea comes. Tea is liked by whom? Liked by Shivani. Very good. So, subject became object, means it came at the end, and the object came at the starting. Okay, starting of the sentence. So, this kind of what? Change is nothing but what we call it as converting the active voice into passive voice is nothing but this. Okay. Okay, so let's see the answer. What is the statement? The mechanic repaired the car. Who is doing the action? The mechanic. So he is subject. He is doing the action. Subject. Repaired the car. This is what verb. This is in which tense? Repaired. Repaired is which tense? Past tense, right? V2 means this is simple past tense. Okay. Repaired the car. The car is object. The action of repair is being performed on what? On the car. So this is active voice, and we have to change this into passive voice. So first of all, we know that object comes at the start. So the mechanic, no, this is wrong. So we are left with three options. The car. So in whenever we are changing a sentence from active voice to passive voice, tenses do not change. Okay, there are minor changes. Okay, in the structure of the tense, but tense do not change. For example, if this sentence, this is in the past tense, in even in passive voice also it will be in the past tense only. It will not become present or future, nothing like that. Okay, so the first option is wrong because already we know that the active voice, the sentence is in past tense. The car is present tense, so we can easily eliminate this option. So what we are left with two options, B and C. Ma'am, can we write in notes? Yeah, you can make notes. The car was repaired by the mechanic. The car has been repaired by the mechanic. Has comes in the present tense. This is not past tense. So, where is the past tense? The simple past. The car was repaired by the mechanic. Did you understand this? How to identify the right answer? You can eliminate. Okay? You can eliminate the options and then arrive at the right answer. So here the right answer is the car was repaired by the mechanic. The mechanic came at the end. The car came at the start. Okay, and the whole sentence is in past tense only. So the right answer is option B. So let's move on. Try this. What can be the answer? Tell me. T, A. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what is the answer. What is the statement? Did he buy the book? Did he buy the book? Who is the subject here? He. What is the object? Book. What is the verb? Did buy. Did plus buy. This together is the action of buying is what? It is the action verb. But did plus V1. Did buy. Did plus V1. Which tense? Which tense? Present, past. Which tense? Did plus V1 is the structure that we use in simple past tense. Right? So, did he buy the book? We know that tense is simple past. Subject is he. Object is the book. So, first, now the order has to change when we are changing from active to passive voice. So, the book comes in the beginning. So, and we also know that our sentence is in the past. So, even in passive voice, the sentence will be in the past tense only. Is the book. Is comes in the present tense. So, we can eliminate this option. So, did the book bought by him? Had the book been bought by him? Was the book bought by him? We are left with three options and all three are in past tense only. But it should be in simple past. First, we have to have the book. Was the book bought by him? So, subject came at the end, object came at the beginning. Had the book been bought by him? Did the book bought by him? No. So, actually what happens is that when in the active voice the tense is in the what? Simple past tense, right? When it is in simple past the structure is V2. Eat, ate, run, ran, right? Sing, sang. So sang, ran, ate, they are all past tense V2 form of verb. Or in simple past, what we can write is did plus V1. I did eat, I did ran, I did sing. We can write it like this. Both of this structure comes in simple past tense. In what? In active voice. In passive voice, the same simple past tense can be written or the pattern will be like was or were plus what comes? Was or were plus V3. Was or were plus V3 will be the structure of simple past tense in passive voice. Okay. So the right answer is was. Was the book bought by him? So option A is the right answer. Okay. Very good. Next. So let's move on to the 32nd question. This is the same question. The boy is climbing the cliff. The boy is climbing the cliff. So we have to change this sentence from active voice to passive voice. So what we have to do here? First, let us see the tense of this sentence. What is this tense? Change. Okay, the boy. Boy is subject, right? What is the object? The cliff. This is object. What is the action that is being performed? Is climbing. So this is the verb. So is climbing. It belongs to which tense? Is or are plus V1 plus ing. Climbing, eating, running, swimming. So I am eating, she is MR plus V1 plus ing. This is a structure of what? Present continuous tense. Which tense? Present continuous tense. Okay. Option B. Option C. Let's see. So first, whenever we are converting active to passive voice, the object should come at the start only. So the cliff is fine. But our sentence is in which tense? present continuous. So even in passive voice, our sentence will be in present continuous tense only, right? So we can eliminate this option. Option C. Was being means which tense? Was being is past continuous tense. So this cannot be the answer. So we are left with three. The cliff is climbed by the boy. No, the cliff is being climbed by the boy. The cliff has been climbed by the boy. Let me remind you of this. Okay, let me write here only. This is which structure? Active voice. In passive voice, present continuous tense will be written, or its structure will be like is, am, are plus being plus V3. So the right option will be the cliff is being. Whenever you're converting active to passive voice, which tense from when a sentence is in present continuous tense, in passive voice, it should have being. Okay. So the cliff is being climbed by the boy. The option B is correct. Very good. Option B is correct. Next, move on. So now one more type of question. This is also a fixed question. Just like active passive voice, direct indirect speech is also for sure short you'll get this question, this type of question, one question. So yeah. So what will be the answer here? Actually, what happens? What is the difference between direct and indirect speech? In direct speech, what happens? See, this is an example for direct speech. There is a comma, there is double inverted comma, and the words that are used are exactly as the person that has used. For example, okay. For example, what is this? I'm sorry. Just a minute. Okay. Imagine that two people are talking and you are watching them. You heard them. So you are going to tell whatever you have heard to some other person. Okay. If you are telling the other person that you have heard, that person said exactly whatever he said, no, you are using that words only. Then it can be said as what? With no word change, direct speech. For example, he said, I am happy. He said, I am happy. Literally, you watch someone saying to his friend, I am happy. So you told other person that he was saying, what was he saying? Or what he said, I am happy. Literally, you are using the same words. You're not changing anything. And you're writing that sentence in double inverted comma. This is a structure of direct speech. So you have to convert direct speech to indirect speech. So when you're converting direct to indirect speech, there are some changes that you have to make. Okay. For example, let's take example of this only. He said, I am happy. Okay. This is direct speech. When we are converting this into indirect speech, we have to remove comma. Okay. What all we have to remove? We have to remove comma, double inverted comma, and we have to change the tense. Okay. And sometimes we have to change certain words. Okay. In this example, let's see. He said. He said is that this is a past tense. It cannot change into present tense. He said means he said only. Okay. Sometimes it changes. Let's see in the next questions, next examples. Okay. He said, instead of comma, we add connectors. What do we add? Instead of comma, while converting direct speech into indirect speech, we remove comma and instead of that, we add connectors. In simple sentences like this, okay, we add that. Okay. He said that should be there. In this, there is no connector, so this cannot be the right answer. He said that. He said what? I am happy. Okay. Which tense is it? This sentence is in which tense? I am happy. I am happy. Which tense? Simple present tense. Which tense? simple present tense, right? So when converting direct to indirect speech, okay, tense changes. How does it change? If a sentence is in simple present tense, it will change to simple past tense. Okay, when a sentence is in simple present tense in direct speech, then we have to change the tense to simple past tense. Very good, simple past tense when we are converting it into indirect speech. Very good. Was, so it's past tense. Okay, what will be the answer now? He said that he was happy. So option B is the right answer. Which is the right answer? Option B is the right answer. Oh, we can't see properly the red ink. Okay, okay. I will not use red ink. Don't worry. Okay, fine. So here the right answer is option B. Let's see. The next, try this question, 34th. He said, I have finished my work. He said, I have finished my work. So we know that this is which tense? Sorry, which speech? Direct or indirect? Direct speech. We have to convert this into indirect speech. He said will be same, right? It cannot change into told unless, okay, that is not the answer. Let me tell you. If it has to change, if said has to change to told, it follows a pattern. Say to, says to, say to. Okay. When the reporting verb, we call this as a reporting verb. Okay. When said to is there, it will change to told. When says to is there, it will change to tells. When it is say to, it will change to tell. Okay. Okay. This will be the pattern. In case, okay, when converting from direct to indirect speech, say to will get changed to told. Says to becomes tells. Say to becomes tell. But in case there is no to in front of this, only said is there, only says is there, only say is there, nothing changes. Said will be said only, says will be says only, say will be say only. So there will be no change. Okay, there is no to here to change it to told. So D cannot be the answer. Next, he said that he had finished his work. Okay, A is the answer. Sorry, ma'am, answer is A. Okay. So, which tense is it? This sentence is in which tense? I have finished my work. Has or have plus V3. This is the structure of which tense? Which tense? Has or have plus V3. Which tense? Can you tell me? This is present perfect tense. Okay. So present perfect. Yeah. In present, this is present perfect. Has or have plus V3 is nothing but present perfect tense. You can see here, I have finished. Have plus V3 means this sentence is in which tense? Present perfect. So whenever we are converting a sentence from direct to indirect speech, the tense changes. Okay. Present perfect tense should be changed to which tense? Past perfect. Okay. So what is the structure of past perfect? It is had plus V3. This is this simple. If you identify this in any of these options, then that would be the right answer. Let's see. He said that. Obviously, comma, if we are removing the comma, we have the connector. For simple sentences, what connector do we use? That. He said that he had finished. Present perfect should be converted into past perfect. So in past perfect, what should be there? Had plus V3. Had plus V3 means had finished. So where is it? Had finished. He said that he had finished his work. This option there is no had. Even in this option there is no had. So had plus V3 is in only option A. So the correct answer is option A. Okay. Let's move on. So tell me what will be the answer. Option B. Rama said, I am very busy now. Rama said, I am very busy now. Very good. So we have to convert this sentence into indirect speech. So what happens? Rama said will be Rama said only. If it has to get changed into, if we have to change it to told, then there should be to here. There is no to here means there is no change. Said will be said only. Right? Okay. Rama said that, we can eliminate this option. Rama said that, this is same in all the other options. I am very busy now. Which tense is it? Simple present tense. I am very busy now. So simple present will be converted into which tense? Okay. Simple present. Good. Simple present will be converted into which tense? Simple past, right? Simple present should be changed into simple past. So I am very busy. Instead of I am very busy, what should be there? Was very busy. He was very busy. Is shouldn't be there. So we can eliminate this option. So even here is there. We can eliminate this option also. What is the option that we are left with? Is option B. Rama said that he was very busy. Now gets changed to then. Okay. Certain words also change when we are changing a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. For example, now becomes then, today becomes that day, tomorrow becomes the following day, yesterday becomes the previous day. So certain words also change when we are changing the sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. So the answer will be the option B. Very good. So let's move on. Try this question. Rearrange the parts to form a meaningful sentence. Actually, these are all parts of a single sentence. They are broken down and jumbled up. So we have to rearrange in a right sequence, right order to make sense of it. So tell me which is the right sequence. Yeah. A. The parents, when they were in France, to their children could not teach Hindi. So who are the door of the actions? Who is doing something? The parents. So usually in a normal sentence, who should come first? Subject. Who is the subject here in this sentence? The parents. So first statement should come. So first part should come. So one. I feel this difficult, ma'am. Is there any trick to get it right, ma'am? Which one? This question, the paragraph, this sentence rearrangement, or the direct indirect speech? Which one do you difficult? Do you feel difficult? Shravanti, you can tell me. Okay, most of you are giving. Okay, most of 36 question. Okay, so see, this is all about a single sentence only. These are all parts of a single sentence. This is just like puzzle that we used to play. Do you remember the Milky Bar chocolate they used to give in a puzzle way? We could rearrange them, break them into parts and rearrange. Just like that, this is a whole sentence. This is a complete sentence, but it is broken down and rearranged. So first, you read all the phrases and you can make sense that this is about something. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರುವಂತ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೇಸಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎದ್ರದ್ದು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದೆ, ಎದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. Still there. English author questions is over. No, it is not over. Next, author English author questions are there. We'll solve them. Don't worry. So first read all these things, then see about what you like, what the sentence is trying to convey. So normal agi sentence alli ಏನು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? Normal sentence structure will be subject, verb, then object. Subject means doer of the action or about whom we are talking about. Next, verb means what action the subject is performing. Object means receiver of the action. Okay? Or on whom the action is being performed. Correct? Okay. Option A anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? Let's see. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Parents. The parents, when they were in France, to their children could not teach Hindi. So you can understand that parents were unable to teach Hindi to their children when they were in France. Okay, I only told. Okay. So who are the doer of the action? Who is unable to teach? The parents. So the parents should come first. First statement should come. So option B and D we can eliminate. We have only two options. Let's see. After 1, whether 4 comes or whether 5 comes. The parents could not teach, or the parents Hindi could not teach. Which is the right? No. The parents could not teach Hindi to their children when they were in France. So the answer is option A. This is not the right sequence. So the right sequence is in option A. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Okay. So these types of questions can also appear in your exam. Sometimes, yes, not that frequently, but once in a while they give such a kind of question also in PGCET exam. Okay. In MCA, PGCET, usually they ask for MBA, in PGCET MBA question papers, these kind of questions are rare. Okay. If you check the previous year question papers, these are not as frequent as other questions, but these are important. Okay. They can ask, ma'am, question is so long. Yes, it is so long. So what is the question? Let me explain. Okay. There are 5 sentences marked as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The position of first is fixed as the first sentence of the passage. Choose one of the 4 alternatives given below as the most logical sequence of the sentences in the passage. Let me tell you. There are how many? 5 sentences. 5 sentences ide alla. So all the 5 sentences are related to particular topic. Okay. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So what we have to do is that one para ಇದೆ, ಆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಂಬಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So there is a para. In that para there are many sentences and those paras are jumbled. They are not in the right sequence. So ನಮ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನೀಗ, what we have to do, we have to arrange these sentences in the correct sequence. ಈಗ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ. ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, the position of first statement is fixed. ಇದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2, 3, 4, 5 ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ರೀಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಓದಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಎದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಅರೇಂಜ್ ದೆಮ್ ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ. ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಎದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಐಡಿಯಾಗ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಐಡಿಯಾನ ಒಂದು 2 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್, ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಒಂದ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಥೌಸಂಡ್ಸ್ of years, Indians have believed that man is different from his fellow animals because of his ability to make tools. This is clear. This is fixed. First statement ide. For thousands of years, Indians have believed that man is different from his fellow animals because of his ability to make tools. Okay. In modern India, people still place garlands on machines of their different trades, hoping for an auspicious response. We do that. In Dasara and all, what we do, Ayudha Puja and all. So whatever shop or whatever we have, we worship or we do puja for all those devices and all, right? Yeah. In modern India, we do that now also. They have also developed a tradition of worshipping and honoring the tools and implements that use in agriculture and business. Okay. So they have means what? Who have, about whom we are talking about in the first sentence? Indians or what? Humans, right? Believe that man means humans are very different. No, man athwa humans have also developed a tradition of worshipping and honoring the tools and implements they use in agriculture and business. That is true. By honoring their implements, they honor human indignity. So iga, what does this mean? We do worship, like once in a while we put garland and we do puja to even the tools and whatever devices they are there. What does that mean? By honoring their implements, the devices, it can be anything, they honor human ingenuity. Ingenuity means what? It is the quality of invention that humans have. We have discovered so many things, invented so many things, that quality. Then last statement is weapon worship originated with warriors honoring their weapons, the tools of their trade. So weapon worship, yes. In Dasara also we do know Ayudha Puja means what? In the ancient time, warriors used to worship their weapons, whatever they use for fighting and all. Okay, fine. So now we have to rearrange all these statements in a correct sequence. What do you say? What is the right answer according to you people? Tell me. 22. What is 22? Option 2. Okay. Second option. Okay, according to you, second option is the right answer. Let's see. For thousands of years, Indians have believed that man is different from his fellow animals because of his ability to make tools. By honoring their implements, they honor human ingenuity. Next. What is the fifth one? Weapon worship originated with warriors honoring their weapons, the tools of their trade. At last, in modern India, people still place garlands on the machines of their different trades, hoping for an auspicious response. Actually, see, first we are talking about the history, about how how man is different from other animals, because we are able to what? We are able to, we have the ability to make tools, and then from there only know what happened. The tradition of worshipping the tools and all everything. At last, the conclusive statement will be the second statement. That is true. Very good to all of those who exam date confirmed. Yes, until and unless PGCET KEA board officially releases any statement regarding the exam date, whether it will be postponed or not, please do not think of it. Just prepare. You know that 24th is the official declared date. Prepare, and then we will see. Okay. If in case if they say, okay, good, you have more time, even if the exam is not postponed, mentally be prepared to write the exam. Don't expect or be in mood that exam will be postponed, we will have time. Please don't think like that. Okay, let's come back to the question. So the most conclusive last statement would be the second statement. So it should come last. So second option is at the last in which option in the sequence? It is in only in the second option. So the second option is the correct answer. And this is 24. Oh, but 24 is Sunday. I don't think any degree exams are conducted on weekdays. Ma'am, your voice is not reaching. Okay. Don't worry, your hall tickets will be released, no? Then the date will be confirmed for sure. And even the exam center will be released then and there only in your hall ticket. It will be there. Then you can book your tickets. You need not worry about it now. Okay? Okay. So the right answer is option, second option. Okay? So let's come to the most what awaited part. Some of you were asking no about author and everyone knows. Everyone knows. Who wrote the famous play Romeo and Juliet? Who? William Shakespeare. Okay. So this is right, William Shakespeare. But what you have to do, you know that for sure one or two questions are to be expected from this section, author and their works. What you have to do is that whenever you're going through the past year question papers, you can see in options that these are what? These are also famous authors. Charles Dickens, William Wordsworth, John Keats. So what you have to do is that you have to learn about their works, whatever there are novels, poems, plays, whatever they have written, even about William Shakespeare only. He has written like a plethora. He has written books, plays, poems in variety of genre. So what you can do is that you have to learn about what are all the works of Shakespeare. Then whatever question they ask, you will be able to answer. So you do research on Charles Dickens also, William Wordsworth also, and also John Keats. And see and please get what familiarized with these works so that you can, for sure, you can expect questions from these people. PGCET can ask, they have asked repeatedly from the works of those people only. Then Wings of Fire is an autobiography of, most of us know, even in school we have learned this, what? Wings of Fire is an autobiography of which person? Which person? Yeah, it is autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam. It is our ex-president, scientist, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography is what titled as Wings of Fire. Please remember and also learn the autobiographies and the titles of those autobiographies of various important people of our country. Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So learn what are the works of these all people. Okay. Next. Tell me the poem The Road Not Taken is written by whom? Tell me. Okay. The Road Not Taken. This poem is written by whom? Very good. Shubrat. Robert Frost. Even in school, you might have had this poem, part of this poem, right? The Road Not Taken. It was written by whom? It was written by Robert Frost. Option A. Okay. So we are done with all the kinds of questions that appear in the PGCET exam from English section. Okay. So it's time to what? Summarize. So what all did we learn? So let me ask, what are the important topics? What are the kinds of topics or what are the kinds of questions that we have solved or that you know now that you can expect in question in exam? Ma'am, but here we can't just remember every author or poet name. Sure, you cannot remember every author or poet name. You can do is that, how we can do is that, you take, for example, you take William Shakespeare. Okay, for example, there are certain famous plays. Okay, uh, know them. Okay, then whenever you are trying to remember, no, remember, you know short story about it. For example, you all know Romeo and Juliet, you will remember Shakespeare because you know the story, at least on surface you know the story of this play, Romeo and Juliet. Similarly, what you can do is that just select like whatever in previous year question papers, whichever authors names have been mentioned, especially these English authors, uh, those are important authors. So pick them, see what are their works, and know little bit, little story, two line story about those works, so that it will help you remember them. Okay, okay. Fixed question from budget. Yeah, they'll ask fixed. Okay. So yeah. So now whatever we have learned, let's summarize. First of all, we learned about like which topics did we learn? Which you have to tell me. We did questions on which of the topics? Synonyms, antonyms. You know that for antonyms, it's comparatively, antonyms are very easy to answer correctly when compared to synonyms because you know that there are four options. You have to just find the odd one out, and that will be your answer, right? Synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks, error detection, one word substitution, idioms and phrases, author based questions. Other than that, para jumble or sentence rearrangement. Other than that, direct indirect speech. Then what did we do else? What else did we do? Active voice, passive voice. And we did learn certain rules of what? Subject verb agreement, right? Yeah, yeah. So hope you all enjoyed. Hope you understood most of the concept. Did you understand or not? How was the class? Did you enjoy? Did you understand? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Actually, I'm very glad that you people are so interactive and you are like giving all right answers. You're so intelligent. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Understood. Thank you so much. You people are so sweet and kind. You were very patient and you are very decent also, very disciplined. So competition this time. Yeah. So thank you for being such a okay, ma'am. You okay? Okay. So thank you for being such a good students and being so patient and answering, being an interactive. It's like every teacher's dream class should have you all people. So thank you very much. It was very nice. I enjoyed the class, and I also thank IBMR group of institutions for giving us this opportunity to teach you people and make a difference actually. So thank you. I think sir is there. Rajshekar sir is there, and I think he will take forward from this. And from tomorrow will be the third day of the workshop, and tomorrow quantitative aptitude, the most beloved section of all students, right? Yeah. So it will be handled tomorrow. Whole day, whole workshop, 3 hours workshop will be on that only. So don't miss the class. Okay, come attend and learn. And yeah, thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Yes, Namita ma'am, thank you very much. It's such an informative and engaging session on English and PGCET examination as well. So by seeing the chat section only, we'll come to know that how the participants are impressed by your teaching. Definitely, it is a good thing. Thank you once again for your detailed explanation on English, conceptual English, and even vocabulary, grammar. You covered all the things. Even the exam-oriented strategies also you have taught today, which gives better clarity for aspirants. Okay. So on behalf of IBMR, I thank you, Namita ma'am, and your team as well. So dear students, as ma'am told, do not miss tomorrow's aptitude training session, as it will further help you to prepare for PGCET and other competitive examinations and your placement opportunities as well. So hence, thank you very much. The recording links will be sent in the group. Please approach and please watch that video also. You will be getting a practice on that. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
One very
Thank you, sir.
important thing I would like to share here is, if you have any queries regarding PGCT exam or college selection or whatever it is, I have provided the helpline number in the chat box. So please contact that helpline number, or you can text also. You will get addressed. Okay. Thank you, everyone.